I was just about to say. We're now being recorded. Okay. So you said Jessica Roberts will not be here tonight.
Correct.
She will not.
Okay.
No, she is doing Arlington's town meeting.
Okay.
1 minute, guys.
Okay.
I know everybody's chomping at the bit.
Can you read the other?
So Crystal is doing the minutes. So those of you who are on Zoom, other than Diane, would you please be so kind
Shannon, Dan.
to announce who you are?
Bansley.
Hi, this is Shannon Bansley. I am one of the applicants today, 159 Haskell Hill Road.
Thank you, Shannon. And I believe Thomas Orr.
Yes, I'll take it from there.
Thank you.
And Thomas
Okay,
Orr, I'm
thank
the,
you. Thank you. All right, so thank you all for being here. I will call the meeting to order. We have no visitors. We have no public comments. I have no additions to the agenda. Do you two have additions to the agenda? Diane, do you have an addition?
What?
Thank you so
No.
much.
Which one is
I
that?
was hoping to approve the minutes of January 6th, but John's not with us. So we will be deferring the minutes of January 6th unless he comes in. And minutes of, oh, we can do the minutes of February 3 because Crystal and Diane and I, so may I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Thank you, Crystal. Is there a second?
Second,
Thank you, Diane. All in favor? Cheryl, I.
Crystal, I.
Diane, I.
Thank you. Great. We can now just continue with January 6th forever. Right, really. So we're going to open the hearing on application 2025-009. The property address is 159 Haskell Hill Road, and the owner is Walter and Shannon Bansley. The proposal is 5 bedrooms for a short-term rental use in the residential district. The applicable code sections are Article 2, Section 221, 222, 223, 224, 226, 227, 271, and 272. Article 4, Section 420, 440, 450C. Article 7, Section 710, 720, 721, 722, 730, A, D, and H. Shannon, will you be giving testimony tonight?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Would you please, let me start by saying, are there any conflicts of interest or ex parte discussions?
Nope, everyone's pretty quiet out there. You.
No.
Thank you.
John just joined us.
Hi, John. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I am going to move back to do something I've been trying to do for a few weeks, or is it months? May I have a motion to approve the minutes of January 6th?
I make a motion.
I think it has to be John
No,
or
it's gotta be,
Charlie.
it's either John or Charlie.
I would love to make the motion.
Thank
Please.
you, Charlie. John, do you want a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Cheryl, I.
Charlie, I. John, I.
Thank you. Perfect.
Woohoo.
Get that off the,
We
get
did it.
that off the,
We did it.
whatever. So anyhow, let's go back to our hearing. So Shannon, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear the testimony you provide is the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you so much. We here on the DRB set ourselves up for a very successful night by having one of our members be the case manager. Your case manager tonight is Crystal. You go, Crystal.
All right, let's do it. All right, I'm going to start out by reading the exhibits that I have as soon as I open the right document of the 14 that I have open on my computer. All right. The first Exhibit 1 is the Town of Wilmington cover sheet. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, application for DRB review, which was 3 pages long. Exhibit 4, the site plan drawing showing the parking spaces. Exhibit 5, a floor plan. Exhibit 6, a parcel map. Exhibit 7, photo of exterior of the property, lines drawn to indicate parking spaces. Exhibit 8, copy of the permit application letter from the applicant that was dated July 8th, 2024. Exhibit 9, a short-term rental safety checklist. Exhibit 10, a suspected violation form completed by the zoning administrator. Exhibit 11, applicant information sheet, 2 pages. Exhibit 12, violation letter from the zoning administrator to the applicant dated 16 December 2024. Exhibit 13, a suspected violation report form indicating the applicant was reached by the zoning administrator. Exhibit 14, notice of violation dated 17 December 2024 from the zoning administrator to the applicant. Exhibit 15, a butter list and postage date for the notice mailings. Exhibit 16, images of the Airbnb listing of the property, which was a total of 3 pages. And Exhibit 17, the tax ID data sheets for Haskell Hill Road, indicating 5 bedrooms, and that was 2 pages. Am I missing anything? Anyone?
No, that sounds right.
All right, so before I get started on going through the different articles from the zoning, Shannon, can you just give me a brief synopsis of what you are planning to do with your property?
Well, I think the exhibits speak for themselves. We are trying to rent it as an Airbnb.
And you're going for 5 bedrooms.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's a 5-bedroom house, so I think it'd be difficult to restrict a bedroom from somebody that's there.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to start with Article 2. Basically, Article 2 of the zoning ordinance provides the guidelines for the administrative procedures associated with our zoning regulations. It outlines the role of the DRB, what development requires our review and written decision, what requirements exist for a completed application, how the DRB makes its decisions, the process to follow, changes after receiving a DRB decision, are held by the DRB and that appeals are handled by the Superior Court of Vermont Environmental Division. And finally, it outlines who can attend a hearing and be heard at a hearing as well. So that is pretty much all of Article 2. We have your application and we've seen all and outlined all of the exhibits. So do you have any questions about any of that administrative details?
No, I do not.
Okay, great. So the next article that we're going to look at is Article 4. This is districts and uses. So Article 420 just explains what categories of uses there are in our zoning ordinance. We have allowed, permitted, conditional, secondary, and not permitted uses. Section 440 goes into detail regarding the purpose of each district in town and also individual requirements that apply to those districts. Your property is in the residential district and the purpose is listed as to provide areas for dwelling and low impact uses with consideration being given to historic settlement patterns, aesthetics, natural resources, and economic vitality. So the use of a short-term rental with 5 or more guest rooms is considered a conditional use in the residential district that requires DRB approval and a zoning permit, which is obviously why you are here today. Do you have any questions about the district that you're in or the uses that are allowed conditional and why you're here?
No, I do not.
All right, so now we're going to get into the part where I have some questions for you, and that is for Article 7. This is going to talk about different standards that apply to all uses and land development in our town. So we're going to just start first with 710, which is use performance standards. Will using the property as a short-term rental create any vibration? And specifically, the zoning says there can be no continuous, permanent, ongoing, or frequent vibration produced, which when produced is discernible at the property line.
No, there will not be.
The second one is noise. Any continuous, permanent, ongoing, or frequent noise in excess of that of a normal conversation must not exist at the property boundary line. Recurring, periodic, or intermittent noises in excess of that of a lawnmower is allowed, provided that it does not occur between the hours of 9 p.m. and 7 a.m. And it cannot significantly detract from or diminish other properties' allowed use or land development. Do you have any concerns about noise?
No, I don't.
Have you ever had any neighbors or anyone else report any noise issues?
No, we haven't.
Okay. And do you have something in your listing that indicates the quiet hours for our area are 9 p.m. to 7 a.m.?
I don't, but I can add that.
Okay, great. The next one we're going to look at is injurious or noxious practices. No operations or use shall create electromagnetic, liquid or solid refuse or waste, heat, cold, dampness, explosive, fire, glare, or other hazard which may cause injury or damage to human or animal health, vegetation, or property.
No,
Okay.
I hope not.
Right?
That
Not
sounds
talking
terrible, whether it was a
barbecue.
short-term rental or just anybody renting it.
Yeah,
not talking
we're hoping
about
that for anyone's use.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so
Put that in as a standard.
Section 721, it states that the DRB shall review all proposed conditional use development in all districts. And we just have to understand that there will be no undue adverse effects that are a result of the property being used for a short-term rental. Section 722 talks about conditional use preserving the character of town. This section states that all development and uses shall preserve the character of town consistent with its rural and agricultural heritage. And then lastly, section 730 has some specific standards. So I want to ask you first about lighting and glare. Are you making any changes to any of the lighting on your property?
No, we're not.
And if there is any external lighting at the moment, is it downcast and shielded?
There is lighting, and yes, it is.
If you were ever to make any changes, the zoning ordinance does very clearly state that lighting has to be downcast and shielding to prevent any distractions to motor vehicles, aircraft, which seems like it'd have to be kind of extreme, but also just that it doesn't impact your neighbors and stuff like that.
Understood, for sure.
Are any of those lights motion activated or anything that might be?
There
coming
is
on?
one motion light on the front, at the front door. And then the back is just on the patios, like regular back patio lights.
Okay, great. So I saw the drawing with the parking. Based on the zoning, the requirement is 0.75 parking spaces per guest room. So that times 5 equals 3.75 parking spaces. The drawing that you listed said you can park 4+ cars. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've had, when we just have like our entire family, I'm one of 5. So when I have my siblings up there, we've parked 5, 6 cars, no problem.
Okay.
It's just wide in front of the whole house.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a pull-in situation.
Great. And are there that many spots in the winter as well? You plow it so that there's enough?
Then in the winter, we probably max out at 5.
Okay.
In the summer, we could get 6 or more.
And then wastewater or potable water. What's the current water source and wastewater system that your property has?
Well and septic.
And I didn't notice in the exhibits that there was anything from,
You have in here that it's on town water and sewer, but it's not.
oh no, I think I highlighted that because I didn't know the answer yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Well,
I
water.
would love it though, if water's gonna get brought up there, that would be great. That would be
You're like,
wonderful.
oh,
but
fantastic.
it's a tough hill. I'm not sure it's gonna get up there, but I'm
No,
in favor of it.
Cheryl, that's from my previous one. I just
Okay.
highlighted it because I didn't know the answer. So do you have any, I didn't see any paperwork about does the tax ID,
We have to, we can make the, like, did you get my email that I sent you with the standard STR language?
oh, okay. Then we'll
Yeah.
put that in there about that.
Yep.
Okay, great. I just didn't know, I didn't see anything regarding the septic.
So your septic system was put in since 2007, correct?
Prior to 2007.
So they are, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
And
issue?
No, there isn't an issue. I was just clarifying, was the first piece I was trying to understand was the septic system was designed for 5 bedrooms originally.
Correct.
Okay, that's the first piece that I just wanted to know. And then there's some different ordinance rules that have come out regarding wastewater. And depending on when it was put in, there's systems that are legacied in.
Yeah, there was a rule that came out from the state in 2007. So
Gotcha.
if your septic system is pre-2007, it avoids certain language. But
Okay.
we also, based on the number of bedrooms, we have to look at that.
Right. Yeah, there's never been an addition on this house as far as bedrooms and bathrooms. So it was built 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms when it was built.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Is there anything else that we need to know about the property or the short-term rental usage?
No, it's we've owned it since 2008. And we had a water pipe burst November of 2023 or 2022, 23. So we've had to, do some updates and whatnot, and we ended up rather than renting it again long term, decided to get all of our kids into skiing. So doing the short-term rental, we had it long-term rented for about 10 years. So the switch was due to wanting to use it ourselves some too, and not just rent it out year round. So that's really the only change. We haven't changed any footprint or anything. It's just we wanted to start using it more for ourselves than a long-term rental.
Great. Well, I don't have any other questions. Do you guys need any other information?
John, Diane, any questions?
No, no. it's pretty
I do.
straightforward.
Okay.
What's the listed occupancy of the property?
It says.
It's for 10.
10? Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you
And we
so
allow
much.
pets,
There's another thing like that.
if that matters.
So thank you, Shannon, for coming. We will make a decision. The zoning administrator will send that decision out to you.
Okay.
And you'll have 30 days. Are you going to turn on the lights? Thank you. It's getting a little dark in
We just
here.
realized we have. the
Yeah,
lights
it looks really dark in my room too, but I do have lights on.
on.
Well, we don't. And the sun is going
I
down.
look
There
like
we
I'm
go.
seeing in the
Thank
dark
you,
here, but-
Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. Oh, 3.
Oh.
Thank you. No, yeah, put them all on. Anyhow, thank you, Shannon, so much for coming.
No
I will
problem. Thank you
close
very
the
much,
hearing.
everyone. Thank you.
You
You don't need me to stay. I can sign off, correct?
can, thank you. Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
So I'm going to open the hearing on application 2025 015, property address is 624 Boyd Hill Road. The owner is Thomas Orr. The proposal is 6 bedrooms for short-term rental use in the residential district. The applicable code sections are Article 2, Section 221, 222, 223, 224, 226, 227, 271, and 272. Article 4, Section 420, 440, 450C. Article 7, Section 710, 720, 721, 722, 730A, D, and H. And to the board, are there any conflicts of interest or ex parte discussions?
Nope.
Thank you all. And Thomas,
Yes.
would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear the testimony you provide is the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you so much. And as I said, in our infinite wisdom, we turn things over to a member, and Diane is your case manager. So thank you, Diane.
Okay. So Thomas, if you just heard what we just did, we're going to do a very similar process here. So starting with your exhibits, I'll go through them quickly, but Exhibit 1 is the cover sheet. Exhibit 2 is the warning letter. Exhibit 3 is the application. I've got Exhibit 4 is the floor plan that shows the 6 bedrooms. Exhibit 5 is a hand sketch of your site showing, it looks like 4 parking spaces and a leach field. Okay. Exhibit 6 is your short-term rental, safety, health, and financial obligation form to the Department of Fire Safety. Exhibit 7 is the list of abutters. And then Exhibit 8 is the, I guess, property tax ID information, their info card, giving some details about the property. And I see here that it is listed with 6 bedrooms. So this looks like something, this, I mean, you can tell me this is what the building has been and you're here for formality at this point.
Yeah, okay, yep.
Okay. All right. So, the other section, section 2, as you heard Crystal explain, is the administrative guidelines that we follow as a DRB. And also to just say, we have all of your information, your application is complete, and we have enough information to go forward with this hearing. Do you have any questions on any of the administrative guidelines of the DRB and why you're
I do
here?
not.
Okay.
you.
And Article 4 is for district and uses. You are in a residential district, and short-term rentals that are more than 5 guest rooms require DRB approval and must meet the conditions under Article 7. We'll go through each of those. Any questions on section 400? Okay. All right, so on Article 7, we have section 710, use performance standards. Again, I'll provide you with some questions and you can provide a response. First one is A for vibration. No continuous, permanent, ongoing, or frequent vibration that is discernible at the property line. And based on the use, you don't.
Not on the property, no.
Okay. And noise, continuous, permanent, ongoing, or frequent noise in excess of that of a normal conversation must not exist at the property line. Recurring periodic noise in excess of that of a normal lower at the property line is allowed, provided it does not occur between the hours of 9 p.m. and 7 a.m. and does not significantly detract from or diminish other properties' allowed use or land development. And so again, this is something that your guests should be aware of. And
I've made the note as well. I'll add that to any communications with guests.
okay, great. Let's see, injurious or noxious practices. No operations or use shall create electromagnetic liquid or solid refuse or waste, heat, cold, dampness, explosive, fire, glare, or other hazards which will cause injury or damage to human or animal health, vegetation, or property. And we're not talking about like a barbecue, that's certainly allowed. We're not.
Understood.
Oh,
No, we have no such things that would create that kind of
okay.
situation.
Good. Section 720 this is for your review of your site plan and design review. You're not making any changes. You did submit a hand sketch that gives us enough information to understand your parking requirements for this is based on, and I think it's in the next section, but when we get to that, we can talk about it. I don't think there's anything more to say about that other than you've provided enough information and you're not making changes. So I think we can move on to section 721. And again, this talks about the proposed use not having any adverse impact on the community, traffics and roads, bylaws, utilization of, well, that one shouldn't be in there, air quality and character of the area. And based on the proposed use of a short-term rental, I don't see any impact on any of those general standards found in section 721, unless any of my other DRB members feel any need, and this is pretty standard stuff and we can just keep going. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Go ahead.
please. All right. Okay. Section 722, this is conditional use preserving the character of the town. Again, this is very much like the one before. This is all in keeping with the use of the district of the area. I think we can keep moving on that. Section 730, there are specific standards, and this is where we'll get into the parking and starting with lighting and glare. Are you making any changes, or is there exterior lighting on the building now that is not downshield or downcast.
No, there's existing exterior lighting, but nothing that contributes to light pollution that I've seen.
Okay.
It was all there when I got there, and it all looks good to me.
All right, and nobody's complaining about lights shining in their living room windows and stuff, okay?
No.
Oh, good. All right, case, physical, no potential safety hazards. What else did we have on here? Oh, commercial, parking. Short-term rentals require 0.75 parking spots per guest room, so you've got 6 rooms. Do the math, that's what, 4.5 spots?
Yeah.
We have at least such, pardon my hand-drawn sketch, but if you see, there's also like a little carve out, which can handle a couple additional cars closer down to the road.
Yeah, I
you have
saw that. Uh-huh.
quite a bit of parking if necessary, and come Thanksgiving, we've used it quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah, you have number 4 labeled? Yeah, okay.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead,
On the,
go ahead.
on the parking, like, so number 4, are there, can people figure out that that's parking, or does it have to, can you mark it as such, or do they just pull up on the lawn?
I can certainly mark it as such, but it's pretty clear when you're on the property, in my opinion. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm trying to pull up my sketch right now too. I don't know why I couldn't find it. I think a lot of it is just due to my poor hand sketching skills, but there is quite a bit of parking available.
Is it all gravel or SurePack or something that indicates that it's?
It's all, yes, it's gravel.
Okay.
All right. Charlie, do you need any more info than that?
No, I'm good. I just, off the sketch, it seems like there's someone on a hill, so I just didn't know where it marks the 4th spot, but no idea on where the other 5th spot comes from.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
4.5.
Yeah, the other half car.
Half a car.
Yeah.
The motorcycle?
It's also somewhat more, it's considerably wider than it looks. I have it pulled up now. I'm sorry. I just didn't do a good job there, but it is a little bit wider than it looks. We've had 4 across, and then you can obviously park cars behind each other. There's plenty of space.
Okay. I mean, all right. And then on the wastewater and potable water, it looks like you are on a septic. I see a leach field, and this was on the property ID card listed as a 6th bedroom. And you're not making any changes, so I see no issue there. Unless anyone else see any reason to bring up an issue about that.
Questions? Anyone?
I mean,
On
was
the
it
current
built-
septic?
Yeah, the septic was built for a house have you made any additions to the house since the septic was put in?
No.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, well, that concludes all of my questions to Thomas.
John, do you have any questions? Thank you. Crystal, Charlie?
I do not.
Thank you so much, Thomas, for joining us tonight. And we will make a decision, and Jessica Roberts will provide you with that decision. So
Perfect.
thank you for coming, and the hearing is closed.
Thank you all for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks. So we're going down to new and old business. Diane, has your email changed, or are you just not getting?
I don't know why for some reason then your last ones I did not see. I'm getting everyone else's, and I didn't check my spam. It's possible it got caught in the spam, but I apologize for that little last minute
Well,
panic.
I apologize for the fact, and I thank you very much that you did this in the past 2 hours.
Well, thankfully, we've been doing enough of these.
Right. So Jessica DeFrancisco has also sent you 2 emails asking if you wanted to be reappointed because your time is up.
Uh-oh. Okay.
That sounded ominous.
Now's your time to get rid of me.
So she asked me if I would ask you, do you want to be reappointed?
I mean, sure, this is so much.
Good.
fun.
That's the right answer. Thank you.
Fantastic.
We like that answer.
I mean, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take one for the team.
See,
Right. So, okay, we are going to, I'm going to close the meeting. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Charlie. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you. All in favor of closing the meeting? Cheryl, yes.
Crystal, yes.
Thank you all. Okay, I am going to get up, close the door, turn off the record, and we can go into deliberations.
Did anyone else say yes? I feel bad.
I'll say yes.
yes.
Great.
All right, now, all right, can we stay on or do you have to
Whoa, wait till I stop the
stop
record.
recording?